Welcome to BUCS Big Wednesday, powered by New Balance.
It's the final play, and look at the celebrations, look at how much it means to Northumbria.
And that is full time here, and Nottingham reigns supreme.
Take it in for the second Loughborough touchdown.
White will head for the corner, but he won't need to get there. The referee blows the full-time whistle.
Well, hello, good evening and welcome to Loughborough University. We've got the BUCS Championship game in the women's basketball, and it's Durham against Essex, as it was a couple of years ago in the championship final. I'm delighted to be joined by Leicester Riders head coach Ben Stanley. Ben, two teams that know each other pretty well here. Has the makings of a really good game, this.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, in terms of BUCS, both sort of perennial challengers for the title. Both teams have played each other many times in the past, and obviously both teams have WBBL franchises. Most of these players see each other at least 2 times a year, if not more, every single year.
And that familiarity breeds rivalry, doesn't it? It breeds intensity when these teams meet.
Yeah, absolutely. There'll certainly be there'll be some physicality to this game. I think we'll see. There'll definitely be some intensity on the court.
And Essex coming into this game with 1 or 2 injury concerns for them.
Yeah, Darcy Rees is out. She's in a boot. She is their 6'4" WBBL centre, starting centre at both BUCS and WBBL. It kind of changes the makeup of that Essex team a little bit, but they have a lot of talent at the guards, with Kat Tudor, one of the best shooters in the league, just played at the WBBL All-Star game last week. Megan Haynes, who obviously was in the GB squad this last window. Tia Freeman, who's been around both BUCS and WBBL for some time now. Really strong group, as well as Daniela Taylor, who was a major player for them last season. It's been a little bit in and out with injury this year.
Well, we're not far away from opening tip-off here. It is BUCS Big Wednesday, powered by New Balance. Well, it has been a fantastic occasion here at Loughborough University. Sports of all types, students of all hues here battling it out for championship. We've seen the men's basketball championship just finished not even half an hour ago. Drama as Loughborough retained their title. It's all going on here at Loughborough University. It really is one of the highlights of the sporting calendar, this.
Yeah, absolute spectacle for university sport. Competitions going on all across the campus. I watched the rugby a little bit earlier today. We've got the volleyball here right next to us. Really, really exciting atmosphere around the campus here at Loughborough today.
And it's been a really great atmosphere in the basketball hall as well. We heard a lot of noise in that last game, particularly as Loughborough were playing as well. But these two teams will be well supported here today. And given the injuries that you talked about for Essex, would you say Durham are slight favourites coming in as a result of that, or is it still a coin toss game for you?
I think it's difficult to call Durham the favourites, although they had a fantastic game. They beat Loughborough in the semis to get here, which I'm not going to talk too much about. But I think what's going to be interesting is there's going to be quite a styles clash here. Durham have some very capable guards in Katie Bennett. Duru, who also plays BUCS for them, who's a kind of a 3, but they have a lot of size. They have Sophie Klassen, they have El Hendershot, they have Pujalon. Essex aren't used to not having Darcy as their centre, so it's going to be quite a different clash of styles today. Hendershot in particular is very good around the basket, very physical, rebounds the ball extremely well at the offensive end. Can Essex absorb that? And on the flip side, can Durham find a way to slow down the sharp shooting of Kat Tudor and the driving of Tia Freeman, Megan Haynes, Daniela Taylor?
I guess the upside is when the rotations are a little short. From a coach's point of view, it gets easier. You don't have as many things to scratch your head about. From a player's point of view, you know, I'm going to get 30 minutes here, 28 minutes. This is a good, makes you feel better about yourself. Your shot maybe a little looser in a game like this. That's the sort of thing you want.
Yeah, absolutely. I think both teams are going to be very aware of their rotations. Players are going to come in with a ton of confidence, really ready to play. I think it's going to be a very exciting game, actually.
And the other thing about that, and we saw it a little bit in the men's game, but they had slightly longer benches in that, is that you can't get in foul trouble here. There's only 3 substitutes to come in. You can't be making it, that will cause the coaches to be scratching their heads if they're suddenly having to juggle foul trouble.
Yeah, and, you know, we saw it in the men's game. Connor Washington on 3 fouls in the first half, limited him a little bit. But as you say, there's a lot of depth there. Today, if a key player picks up 3 fouls in this game, it's going to be really difficult for the coaches to manage that.
Well, Lee Davey has been around a long time in basketball, and he knows his way around here. Coach Cookson at the other end of his career, if you like, the beginning end, although he's been involved in the game for a number of years as an assistant in these parts, finding his way as a head coach down at Essex this year.
Yeah, and obviously a great first season for Ash at Essex. They've had a really good showing in the WBBL. They've won BUCS South Division, so really good start from him. And then Lee, a little bit personal, but I've known Lee since we both were at East Durham College, since I was 16 years old. I've got a lot of time for Lee. He's proven his pedigree both on national teams and WBBL, so it'll be interesting to see this clash, and 2 slightly different styles of coaching. Ash is a little bit more set based, Lee's a little bit more likes to make small adjustments, a lot of small adjustments as the game goes on.
Well, the 2 coaches have got their teams in for the final huddle just to go through the last few instructions before we get things underway. It's not American football, honest, it is basketball. If it turns into American football, we're in trouble, because we will get some foul trouble. It is the basketball as Durham take on Essex here at the Sir David Wallace Centre on Loughborough University on BUCS Big Wednesday, powered by New Balance. It's been a fabulous day of sport all across this wonderful campus, and we've still got a few hours left in this day to finish it off, and our focus is on whether Durham or Essex will be crowned the champions here today. Essex the champions from a couple of years ago. Durham have won this title a few times in recent years as well, and of course they did meet in 2022. Essex coming out on top by 6 points on that occasion. Would take another 6-point game, wouldn't we? Another close one like that.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be pretty exciting for us and the fans here today. And I think it has the capability to do that, to be honest with you. As I say, I'm really interested to see the clash of styles today a little bit. I think that's going to be really interesting for the fans.
Well, Durham, the first to make their way out onto court. Essex following them. Durham in blue, Essex in red. The referees in a rather, I think we could turn the lights on. We'd still be able to see the refs in this gym. Looking sharp there. Luminous refereeing jerseys.
I'm going to suspend my opinion on those particular officials' outfits.
Well, we are set to go here.
Championship basketball.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen anybody quite line up like that before. Everybody was on one side of the ball. It was like they were going, well, we're just going to let Haynes have the first possession, no worries.
It was a very defensive tip lineup, wasn't it?
And the 3-point shot is up, and it is good, and that is a way to start from Kat Tudor.
And that's what she does. She had 5 threes or 4 threes, I think, this weekend at the All-Star game, so she can really shoot the ball.
And a turnover from Durham straight away. Well, if you didn't see it the first time, there's the replay.
Yeah, and that's going to be the huge point of contention for Durham, and Coach Lee Davey will not be happy that she's already got 2 up.
Well, the last thing you want to do is give a shooter a nice open look, and below the last thing is give her 2 nice open looks. Well, knocked away there from Bab and stolen back by Durham. A drive to the basket and a good finish from Hendershot.
Yeah, and she'll be the main damage dealer for Durham today, whether it's on the glass, whether it's in the post, or whether it's getting down the lane. She's also got a pretty solid mid-range jump shot.
Freeman driving hard through the contact, and the foul is called. And she will go to the line for 2 free throws.
There's not too many players in BUCS who are as effective at drawing fouls as Tia Freeman. Very, very capable of getting to the rim, creating contact, whether that's on her right hand or whether that's driving left, spinning back to her right. She gets to the foul line pretty effectively.
Freeman from the line, great start for the Rebels here, leading 8 points to 2. Well, there's a nice easy one. That'll make you feel a lot better about life, getting an open layup there, Durham.
Yeah, big miscommunication there from Essex.
Haynes. Taylor Willis gets it on. Tudor putting it on the floor this time. Back for 3 off the mark. Tudor with the rebound. Nice attack, but a good timing of the slap there to knock that away from Freeman.
Yeah, a little uncharacteristic by Jay Maban there. Caught the ball on the 3-point line open and didn't look to shoot it.
Well, probably went the difficult way there, Haynes. Like the opposite side of the basket might have been a little more straightforward. Shot off the mark from Wood. Dura comes down with it. Driving through, foul called, and that'll be 2 free throws.
Yeah, I thought good defense by Jay Maban there, but we saw a similar call in the men's game earlier. Those hands come out a little bit while that ball's being swung over the head. They're going to call that foul.
First one rims out. Second one is good. Cuts it to a 3-point game. Haynes calling the plays. Tudor looking inside to Taylor Willis, backing into a double team. The pass is deflected, but stays with Essex. Nice extra pass, and Taylor Willis underneath for 2.
And Kat Tudor really the engine right now for Essex.
And the shot, forced to stop, off the mark. Rebound is grabbed by Freeman. Tudor. Haynes in the corner. Puts it on the floor. Up in the air and over the top. Durham looking to push. Hendershot. Nice pass and a good finish as well from Klassen.
Yeah, and a lot of switching going on with Durham, which may create some mismatches, but may also create some chaos and make it harder for Essex to get down the lane.
Well, again, they've found that shot in the corner a couple of times. It doesn't go down for Bam. The shot misses everything. Tipped down and right place, right time for Klassen. Early timeout called with 6 minutes to go here. It's Durham who've closed it back. Essex, after that lightning start, only lead by a point now.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what the coaches are going over in this timeout. Very early in the game, so probably some reinforcement and some early recognition over what they're giving up. I'd be shocked if Durham weren't talking about Cat Tudor, and I'd be shocked if Essex weren't talking about Durham getting out on the break and creating opportunities there.
All started relatively smoothly as far as Essex were concerned, but I guess the reason he's called the timeout is you hit 2 threes on the first couple of plays, but only 4 points since then. They've had some decent looks they haven't knocked down, but
yeah, absolutely, and it may also be a product that they're not getting a lot at the rim right now, and Coach Cookson's concerned about that. He wants to generate some more stuff in the paint.
Teams making their way back out onto court here in Loughborough. It's an Essex ball from the end line. They lead by a solitary point. The discussion as to what's going to happen before Turner brings it forward.
Turner now looking to size up Hendershot one-on-one. Nice extra out to Tia Freeman, who can't make the 3-point shot.
They've had some, as I say, some good looks, so that one's not loose and kind of needs to go forward, but Duru's able there to steal it away. Goes it alone, can't convert, somehow gets her own rebound, and that's batted away, and that will be an Essex ball.
Megan Haynes going to the bench for Daniela Taylor after the timeout. I think we might see Coach Cookson rotate quite quickly. I think you'll see Megan come back on for somebody else in a pretty immediate rotation as Taylor finds Freeman and Freeman puts it on the floor to go to the rim.
And that is Tia Freeman's game there. On the floor, attack quickly, and if you don't react defensively, she's laying it in.
Yeah, and with Essex having good take by Katie Bennett there, she can't finish it. Essex not having their usual size.
Whoa! Tia Freeman leaving the defender on the floor and going to the rim for 2. Clip that one up for the socials.
Yeah, made her do the splits and then went to the Euro step with the right hand. Katie Bennett puts it up from 3.
Duru able to get a new 14 for her team. Down to Duru, mid-range. That one gets a friendly bounce and drops in. Turner around the high screen. Freeman. Tudor to the rim, got a little slap, and Cat Tudor will go to line for 2.
And I think this is where Tudor and Freeman and Megan Haynes, when she's in, will really have to generate some stuff in the paint by playing off closeouts, attacking downhill. Helps that Tudor's already hit 2 threes now, so you have to come out, so you have to put pressure on her.
They seem to have the spacing out there, and the ball has gone side to side, but as you say, they do look like there are gaps behind as a result of that, and can they exploit them as Tudor stretches the lead out to 5 points with 4:20 to go here in the first quarter. Nice pass.
Great set there by Durham. El Hendershot brings the ball up. Wood makes the back door cut for a wide open layup.
Oh, nice block from behind and a chance for Durham to run. A little stop but couldn't finish there from Klassen.
A little awkward then. It allows Tia Freeman to get out and run. There's that trademark spin we spoke about earlier, but she can't finish it.
Well, up and down now. Durham coming the other way. She misses the layup. Klassen again on the offensive glass through the contact. And I think she's a little frustrated to be going to the line for 2 free throws and not one there. She might feel like she could have turned that into a 3-point play.
Yeah, and especially after hesitating on the previous layup in the transition as well. She'll have wanted both of those. We talked about it a little bit in the pre-game, but Durham already pretty aggressive on the offensive glass right now.
5 offensive rebounds for them already. 5-second chance points to go with them. I always think if you get to a point, an offensive rebound, that's good return.
Well, you know, obviously things change, but right now they're on course for 25 offensive rebounds throughout the course of the game. 24, so
it's a lot. Particularly if they keep at a point an offensive rebound. 25 extra points would be nice. And he said Haynes wouldn't be on the bench for too long. Calling the play. Gets it back. Haynes has it knocked away. Shot clock getting low. Tudor able to attack the rim. Just bobbles out. Comes back to Kat Tudor. Taylor Willis off the glass for 2.
And Cam Taylor-Willis's performance today will be a big key. She's going to step into big minutes today. She's shown previously that she's got the ability to do that. If she can step up and perform, it's really going to help Essex.
Klassen, nice drive, hard drive to the rim.
Megan Haynes now swinging it to Tia Freeman. And again, Kat Tudor. The ball's moving nicely, but again, it's just not getting into the key consistently.
As you say, all around the 3-point line on that one. 3 misses everything from Pujolan.
Pujolan actually the tallest player, I believe, on the Durham side, but actually pretty comfortable shooting the 3, made several against Loughborough in the semi-final. Looks like we've seen a zone. No, switching man.
Well, it's thrown them off a little bit, hasn't it? Essex a little slow into the offense as a result of the defense. Here's Freeman putting it on the floor all the way to the basket. And the foul is called until Freeman will go to the line for a bonus.
As you said, foul trouble could be a big factor in this game. And right now, Tia Freeman's doing her best to put as much foul trouble on Durham as possible.
The second trip to the free throw line in the first 8 minutes of the game. One rattles out. First missed free throw of the contest for Essex. But she does make the second. Essex by 3 here. Bennett dropping it inside to Klassen, has it stripped away, and that's going to be a held ball. Possession arrow means it will stay with Durham.
And Klassen went for the same rip through she just scored on Haynes, but couldn't manage to bring it through clean on that one. Looks like Essex switching to a 2-3 zone on this inbounds. Be interesting to see if Coach Davies got an answer for that.
Lobbed in for Durham. Great block. Freeman swiping it away. It does go out of bounds. Shot clock is on 5, so they will have to work relatively quick. Durham.
Either something for Hendershot at the rim or there you go, right there. Easy one off the seal for Hendershot.
Just got the inside position and then had as long as she wanted to get to the rim, really. Tough shot off the mark, backed it out of bounds, and that will stay with Essex.
The biggest question for Essex, obviously, when you lose a key player in your rotation, it makes things more difficult, but it's also doubly difficult when you lose a role that's massively important in your rotation.
Freeman for three, knocks it down. Tia Freeman from behind the arc stretches the gap to 4. Driving in, didn't quite have enough fight on that one to get it over the front of the rim.
Kicks out to the corner. Haynes tries to look inside.
Well, that was the right idea, just not well executed.
Alford will collect possession.
Henderson will put it into Katie Bennett here. She'll bring it up, call in the play. Seen a lot of high post entry stuff so far from Durham. Here Bennett takes it herself. Good kick out. Can't convert on the 3.
Hendershot gets the rebound and her own. Got slapped across the wrist by Taylor Willis, and Hendershot will go to the line for a bonus free throw.
You know, El Hendershot is exceptional on the offensive glass, and that could be a real problem here today for Essex. That being said, I think the score right now maybe favours Essex a bit. They'd like the score to be up above 80, whereas I think Durham would rather keep it down around the 70 mark. So
can't convert the 3-point play. Turner gets it away. Here's Haynes. Foul called.
She wasn't in the after shooting. She'll be heading to the sideline.
Against who's along?
That was correct.
Yeah, and if Durham can use those fouls smartly to stop those transitions, then that could really be to their advantage.
Turner. Trying to create herself some space. Gives it to
Tudor. Back to Haynes. Shot clock down to 5 as she drives in. There's a big slap down at the ball. They had her crowded out and probably didn't need to commit the foul there.
Yeah, I agree. A little reckless from Duru there. She probably just needs to see if Haynes can make that over both of them.
They've got to the line well here in the first quarter, Essex. They've been pretty good when they have as well. 5 for 6 so far. Custer into that one. Second one is good. We're approaching the final 30 seconds here of the opening quarter. Duru in the paint.
Yeah, good solid screen there by Duru, but couldn't quite bring it in on the catch.
It's batted away, and Essex will have the ball back. The shot clock is switched off, so they can run this one down to the final buzzer of the first quarter.
Haynes now with a lot of space against Bennett. It's like a double staggered screen for Tudor on the weak side. And flip it back to Haynes. Now Tudor coming off a foot screen of her own. She steps back with a tough 3. Oh
man, what a shot that is. Kat Tudor caps the first half with an excellent step back 3 on the buzzer, her third of the quarter. She's in double figures with 11. She started the quarter really well and finished it sensationally there.
Yeah, I mean, she's an excellent offensive player. She's a very solid defensive player as well, but if she's shooting like that, there's not a lot you can do about it. And as we said, midway through the quarter, if she starts hitting shots like that, you're going to have to run her off the line. That opens up her drives, allows her to create at the rim as well.
Well, one of the things you touched on a moment or two ago was about the scoring pace, and obviously Essex now on pace for over 100. Durham on pace for 80, sorry. But it's whether Durham can continue at that pace, but they're still going to have to take away from Essex at some point. It is 20-26 right here. Giving the final instructions to his 5 before sending them back out onto court. Do you think his focus at the minute is at the defensive end?
I would think so. I think they need to find a way to get stops. They've given up a lot of free throws, as you mentioned. I think the more that they can slow Essex pace down and control that end of the floor, the easier it's going to be for them on the offensive end.
Well, it's Essex possession to start us here in the second quarter. Haynes around the screen, trying to get it to Taylor Willis. That's some good defense to get a hand in the way there from Bennett. The shot. Oh, she's come up hobbling there. Chance for Essex to run. Haynes lets the defenders fly by.
Good patience from Haynes, but can finish with the left hand. Bennett now brings it up. I'm a little surprised we haven't seen more of El Hendershot in the post so far, but maybe that's something they're looking at later.
Well, she seems to be moving okay now, having definitely looked like a little tweak of something on that previous play. And that'll be an and one, just a bit of a lazy reach round from Bennett to commit the foul. Didn't make any real impact on the shot, just gives you an extra bonus chance.
Yeah, and just allowed Daniela Taylor to get her with the hesitation. Better off letting that one go than trying to make a play there.
Well, early timeout in the quarter here, less than a minute gone. Only a couple of scores on the board, but look at that. He's got the replay up already. He's Xing and Owen from the laptop. That's impressive.
It's great when you've got that resource to be able to do it. It's exceptional to be able to do it when you don't have an assistant coach as well. But it really does make you point to the players when they can see what you're actually talking about. And I think Coach Davey recognises that if they allow this run to go on too long, it's going to be tough for them to bring it back.
Well, yeah, it's sort of dangerous territory here for Durham at the moment. Down 8, potentially 9 by the time they get the ball back. Not a team you want to try and chase down, because they've shown already in this opening 11 minutes how comfortable they are scoring the basketball.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot of weapons there, as we said. So if you allow them to continue on this run, you go down by 15-18. Even if you then fight back, they have the firepower to put another quick 6 points on you. It makes it very hard to chip in.
Well, that is the problem. When you get down 12, 13, 14, 15 points, it's not one run you need to get back in, it's 2 or 3 runs, because at some point there's always going to be a little response. That's why they can't let it get away here, Durham. Important next couple of minutes for them to cut the gap. Here's Hendershot getting to the rim for 2.
Nice pick and roll look there with Bennett and Hendershot against the zone.
Freeman, that's a beautiful move, not quite the finish. Bennett pushing. Freeman on in the corner, overcooked the 3. Well, she had one that was a little short earlier and put too much legs on that one.
Yeah, maybe I've given her the curse by saying that she shoots the ball well, who knows.
Haynes. Taylor Willis. Tudor under the screen, behind the screen, can't knock it down.
They can't continue to give her too many more looks like that.
4 on the shot clock. Haynes barreling away to the basket. Pleased to hear the whistle there. And she'll go to the line for 2. Second foul on Ella Hendershot.
That is a big impact for Durham, but I think Coach Davey will probably try and ride that second foul a little bit and take the risk here.
Bennett's on 2. Dura is on 2 as well, but on the bench. Hendershot is their leading scorer and leading rebounder. As you say, probably one you'll take the risk on and just say, don't pick up that third, whatever you do. She's bringing the full ball forward to Bennett. Well, that's way too high. It was the right play, it's the right place to go, but just not well executed.
Yeah, exactly. You see they were drawing that up to get Hendershot the ball in the post, but head faking a pivot rather than just trying to lob it in there.
It's almost like they backed away from the ball there, and Turner had the lane to the basket, couldn't profit from it. It's too long from Wood.
Durham not shooting the ball particularly well from outside, but if they continue to get good looks, they'll feel like they can make those.
It is one of those things on finals day, when you're on the last final, you don't get a lot of time to get used to the rims and the court. It doesn't matter where you play, whatever level. On finals days, when you've got multiple finals, you usually only have a 25-30 minutes warm-up time. The shooter's like a little bit longer. Nice drive to the basket from Haynes. Oh, beautiful step through and off the glass from Katie Bennett.
Yeah, Bennett's deceptively quick when she puts the burners on, and then when she comes to a stop like that, she can then make nice moves off it. Daniela Taylor loves that mid-range loves that mid-range pull-up, but can't knock it down there. And a turnover by Bennett in transition.
Just out of reach of Klassen and out of bounds.
Haynes now setting the play. Pick and roll with Willis. Hand off between Taylor and Freeman. Freeman back down the lane again. Finds Willis for the kick out. Now Jay Mabam. She can't draw Ryan.
Yeah, you see some ball movement from Essex, but no end finish. Bennett crowded out of it. That pass is way too fast. Way too far in front, sorry, of Turner.
And a little bit scrappy for both teams at the moment. Good look inside to Hendershot. She'll go up there.
You can see the attention she draws as soon as they get the ball down on the low block to her. The defensive help is there, a double team is coming, but she's big enough and skilled enough to deal with that and draw the foul.
Yeah, and you can see her skill level by the fact that they often have her bring the ball down the court as well. Use her to initiate the offense and then get her into the post in other ways. So definitely a big threat down there for Essex to deal with.
Just 4 points in 4 minutes so far for Durham in this second quarter. That is point number 5. She's into double figures now with 10 Hendershot, almost on a double-double 14 minutes into the game, just 2 rebounds away. Freeman, finds a little gap where there didn't seem to be one. There's rebound number 9 for Hendershot.
Freeman's doing a fantastic job. They recognise the mismatch there, Durham, really well. Hendershot can't quite finish it.
Needs to be careful on that rebound as well. She doesn't pick up that third foul. Turner along the baseline, back to Lamb. Driving in. Hendershot does have a double-double inside 15 minutes. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
And there's that collapsing help that you talked about earlier.
3 of them. Step through. That's what they need to be able to do. It's more often than not, it's not the first pass out of a triple team, it's the second or third pass, and they weren't able to get that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think also they've got to get Hendershot a better quality of pass on the entry so that she can collect it quickly to make that first pass out, to then, as you say, get the advantage off of that.
Shot clock being ticked down. Classic count finishing, just deflected off her out of bounds as she tried to see where the ricochet was falling. Midway through the second quarter here in the championship game on BUCS Big Wednesday, women's final. Essex with a 7-point lead over Durham.
A little bit of switching there from Durham on the pick and roll.
Trying to thread the needle there. Bennett comes away with it. Hendershot putting it on the floor. And the thing there is you have to honour the fact that she can come back the other way. And I think it was just that little shake of the shoulders to fake that, freed up some space on the other side. And Durham chipping away at this and forcing a timeout from Essex.
I also think that possession shows how much of a threat Hendershot is in transition, because you don't have the opportunity to double team her in those transition bits. So even though she's not handling the ball, she gets the ball on a hit ahead, and it makes it very difficult to bring any help in time to stop her.
Coach Lee Zavey drawing up a play, and you can see Coach Cookson jumping in there to do likewise now. They'll feel like they've had some decent opportunities to maybe break this game open in the second quarter and haven't really taken them as yet, Essex.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've seen some really nice moves to the rim. Tia Freeman's been getting into the paint at will. Missed a couple in the last quarter. But as you said, the ball movement from Essex is pretty solid. They're finding kickouts, they're finding extras, but they're not quite converting at the clip that they were to start the game. I also feel like it's a little while since Kat Tudor's actually put up a shot. So, you know, she's without doubt their top scorer. It'd be interesting to see if they run something for her coming out of this timeout.
I think it was the 3 on the buzzer of the first quarter, the last shot she took. Haynes brings it across midcourt. Taylor Willis working the pick and roll, rolling to the basket, but her pass is deflected away, and Hendershot can push. Down to Hendershot on the low block. It's off the mark, but came off the hand of Turner on the way out, so that'll be a Durham ball. Only 8 seconds on the shot clock though. The ball didn't hit the rim.
If they get the same seal for Hendershot that they did before.
Got to be quick here.
Turn around, fade away, knocks it down.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful from Ella Hendershot. 14 points personal for her, almost half her team's offense.
She does like that turnaround fade away. She's very accomplished at that. Kick out to Cam Taylor Willis from Tudor. She can't make it. Scrap for the rebound, but Bennett comes up with it and pushes it down the sideline.
Well, they go under the screen. Bennett trying to make them pay, but it's off the back of the ring and out of bounds for an Essex ball.
You feel like if Durham could make a couple of perimeter jump shots right now, they'd be able to come out on quite a big run.
Well, they're 0 for 8 from three-point range so far.
And they've also, quite a few of them haven't hit the rim, which loses you rebounding opportunities as well.
That one did hit the rim, but then it went all the way out of bounds. They didn't even get a hand on that. Haynes late in the shot clock, trying to take it into the chest of, oh, that's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul for a trip. Haynes tripping up Hendershot, and that's been whistled for unsportsmanlike. And if you're new to the game of basketball, unsportsmanlike foul is for a non-play on the ball or an over-aggressive foul, and it results in 2 free throws and then possession of the ball back to the team who were fouled. So Hendershot gets a chance to add to her personal tally, and then they'll get the ball again.
Yeah, and this could be a chance for Durham to take their first lead of the game here.
Well, she only makes one of them, so she's just shy of 50% of the offense. She would have had exactly 50% if that had gone in, but she has 15 and the rest of her teammates have 16 combined. Bennett, nice. That's a beautiful. Oh, well, I think Freeman might have got a little slap on the ball, which put Hendershot off. Nice kick out. Tudor for 3. Oh, halfway down, but comes out. That's exactly the shot you were talking about.
Great pass.
And another good pass. Offensive foul.
Bit of a tough call there. I thought she was maybe in the air before the charge circle, but it's a really nice ball movement by Durham. Probably their best actual movement so far of the game. But if they're going to give that shot up to Tudor again, then it's going to be tough for them to stay in front. To get in front, I should say.
Tudor at the minute, 50% from the three-point line. Here she comes to the ball.
Klassen playing some really good defense.
Yeah, really
on her,
good defense. Taylor Willis under pressure, unable to finish.
And this shot putting the moves on her. Gets it out.
As you say, excellent ball handler in transition, Hendershot. Bennett looking for some help here. Hendershot provides it. Shot clock getting low. Steps through and in off the glass. Well, Hendershot is up to 17 points now. They're level at 33 points apiece.
Hendershot defensively also playing almost no defense on her own matchup, just clogging the key, whether it's in the pick and roll or off the ball, just presenting an issue for Essex to try and get to the rim because she's always in there.
Well, Durham have trailed by as many as 11. They haven't led in the game. Hendershot trying to get them the lead. Not quite that time. Tudor pushing hard, stepping around the defender. And there's 2 rather shocked Durham faces there as to which one of them was being called for the foul. It's Bennett, and it's her 3rd personal foul.
Yeah, Katie Bennett's the lead guard for this team, so having her on 3 will be an issue for Durham. It'll be interesting to see if Coach Davey takes her off with 1 minute left in the quarter, or if he trusts her and leaves her out. I also think it's interesting, Dan, that Essex haven't been doubling on Hendershot like they were earlier in the quarter. You know, we saw 3 players go to her in the mid part of the quarter, whereas the last 2-3 minutes she's been allowed to go to work quite a bit.
She's been going to work very effectively as well. They might need to get back to sending bodies at her. Hendershot. Decent defensive work there from Taylor Willis. Forward pass to Shooter is a little behind her. That one is a bit low for Hendershot, but Shooter can't keep it in play. And it will be a end line possession, 40 seconds on the clock here.
A great steal from Katie Bennett in transition on that last play. Just wonder if, because of the short rotations on both benches, there's a little bit of fatigue just creeping in here. Doesn't look quite as sharp from either team. Couple of silly turnovers both ways.
Well, the extra minutes time out will get them at least a little bit of a breather, but Coach Davies still looks like he's expressing a view on what he's not happy with in all of that. He will now, of course, draw up a play, but here's the thing, they've been down the whole of the first half, down by double figures at one stage. They're a score and a stop away from a lead at half-time, which would be an excellent return for the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about the highest scoring quarter favouring Essex. I think Essex finished on 26 at the end of the first.
Yes, indeed. Scored just 8 points in this quarter, 13-8. Not on pace for 100 anymore, are they?
No, not at all. Cutting a team scoring down by almost 2/3, quarter to quarter, that's going to have a big impact on your confidence regardless of the score at the end of the half.
Well, 18 seconds on the shot clock as they make their way back out onto the floor. So Durham really ought to get 2 of the last 3 offenses here.
Wide open shot from Moran in the corner.
Beautiful ball movement to find her, and Durham are in the lead for the first time.
I know from personal experience that Moran can shoot. I think she made 4 threes when we played at home in the league, so she is a threat to put the ball in the bucket on those catch and shoot shots.
Haynes trying to get those 3 back, count, and that will be a jump ball, but the possession will stay with Durham. You like the effort from Okunrinakoi. The last couple of ticks of the clock here. 3-point shot is up, and 3-point shot is good. What a way to finish the half for Durham. Back-to-back threes, and that is a real momentum shift going into the locker room.
Yeah, massive. Hendershot not necessarily known for a 3-point shooting. Maybe that's why Essex allowed that one to go up, but great execution out of the dead ball for them to get a wide open 3 and put them up by 5 going into the half.
Well, an incredible first half for Hendershot, capped by that 3 on the buzzer. She has 20 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists. That would be a good game for most people. It would be an excellent game for most people. That's 20 minutes work for her.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we talked about her at the top of the show. She hurt us really badly in the semi-final, put a lot of points on us. She put a lot of points on us in the WBBL the last time we played her as well. So she's definitely an absolute threat in this game, and especially because Essex don't have a great matchup for her.
Well, we are at the half here in Loughborough, and despite being down for almost the entire first half, Durham are ahead at the interval. It's 39-34. We're going to take a little pause, and we'll be back with the second half in a few minutes' time.
You really do your research into the private equity sector.
Don't be put off by this kind of mysticism that potentially lies around it.
Do your research not only to help with your application and interview process, but also to see if you personally would like to work at that place or that sector or that field.
how much responsibility they give to each and every one of us in the business, and with that comes a lot of trust.
3 months into your training, you could be running the store on your own, responsible for ordering all the stock, making sure the staff are happy.
Aldi really believes that young people can do great things.
It's definitely something that excited me and attracted me to the role.
I felt really supported at Aldi. From day one, you're paired up with your mentor, who is with you throughout your whole journey.
You develop a really strong network with your peers, you can always pick up the phone to them.
But you all work part of a team towards the common goal.
I really valued my time in store because I think it's a really important part of you learning the practical day-to-day of the store operations.
It was actually really exciting and I really enjoyed it.
It's a change every single day, and that variety really attracted me to the role.
Well, welcome back to Loughborough University. 20 minutes left here in the Women's Championship game on BUCS Big Wednesday, powered by New Balance, and Durham, who were down for most of that half. Couple of threes laid on, and suddenly they have a 5-point lead, and there's nothing better for a coach than a team taking momentum in the last minute into the locker room like that.
Yeah, absolutely. It allows you to come in with a lot of positivity on a high. Not always so easy to carry it out at the half-time, but you know, especially when you've been down, even if it's by a small margin, that positivity and that boost is huge for you coming out.
Well, the interesting question here is, how do Essex respond now to being behind for the first time? Look very comfortable in the early stages of this contest, but now suddenly a little bit of adversity for them to deal with. They do get possession to start us off here in the third quarter, and it's Haynes who gets us underway. Here's Tudor, who hit the early threes, scooping it up off the glass for two.
That's tough. You know, Hendershot came across, forced a wide, and it didn't make any difference to the finish.
14 points for Tudor. Bennett inside to Hendershot, who continues to put on a clinic. 22 of her team's 41 points.
Yeah, Essex trying to switch the pick and roll there and just leaves Tudor buried behind Hendershot for the turnaround.
Oh, nice finish off the glass, and one for Turner. She'll go to the line for a bonus free throw.
That'll put Durham on 3 fouls as well, I believe.
Yes, indeed. Bennett is the other player on 3 in the game. There's Bennett bringing it forward. Haynes trying to stay in front.
Yeah, a bit more pressure here from Haynes.
Well, it's knocked away. Didn't come off the foot apparently. Haynes, oh, she dropped it. And can't convert. Well, that was scrappy play.
Yeah, and I know the rule there is that she fumbled the ball, so it doesn't count, but I really do feel like that should be a travel.
It looked like a travel, didn't it? It's one of those where, whether it's a travel or not, I'm not sure by rule, but it looked like one. It looked like it ought to be one. Finding a gap through, but she can't convert from close range.
Yeah, a bit of a scrappy start to this second half coming out of the locker room.
Hendershot kicks out. Bennett rolling it back to Hendershot for 2.
And a clear effort by Durham here to play the two-man game with Bennett and Hendershot as much as possible.
Well, until they can stop it, you keep going to it. Freeman's 3 comes off the front of the iron.
Captain Willis misses that and gives up the advantage. Hendershot with another rebound.
It's a third offensive, a 13th in total.
Feels like she's had more offensive than 3 as well, doesn't it?
Well, there's been a few team rebounds where it's gone out of bounds like that for a Durham ball, where she's been in and around, so it doesn't go down as her stat, but it does go to the team. This time it goes back to Essex, trailing by 4.
Haynes calling the set here. Pretty sure this will be for Tudor.
Tudor coming off the screen, but Turner Willis goes the other way. Turner's 3 doesn't go. Hendershot again on the glass. Back to Bennett. Bennett driving hard, and he was really beat her with a look, wasn't it? Wasn't so much a move, but just looked like she was going one way and went the other.
Yeah, as I said, she's much quicker than you would at first thing. She gets downhill very, very well. Megan Haynes just struggling a little bit at the rim. She's getting to her spots pretty well, but can't quite convert. Good job by Hendershot to pull back at the last second and not commit a foul.
1 of 8 now from the floor, Haynes. Oh, same play, same result. 2 in a row, exactly the same.
Bennett just slicing right through the Essex defence to put the lead up to 9. And a timeout call by Ashley Cookson.
Well, clean your maths up, it's only 8, but that will drive you mad as a coach that you just saw one layup to see 2 like it's halftime and she's running the layup line.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, from the, like you said, not from the same play, not from a different action, not from ball movement, but dribbles it up the court, pick and roll. Obviously now so worried about the roll from Hendershot that they're allowing Bennett to get through to the rim. You can see Coach Cookson there emphasising the point.
Well, Durham in a very good position here. We were talking early in this game about how there was an important 2 or 3 minutes for them where it got to 8, 9, 10, 11 points and they had to win the next 2 or 3 minutes, which they did, and you kind of get the feeling it's the other way around now. Essex have to win the next 2 or 3 minutes so that this doesn't get out to 14-15.
Yeah, absolutely, I'd agree with you. And I mean, the thing for Essex is they do have a lot of firepower. If they get hot and they make a few shots, they can come back into this game very, very quickly, 2-3 possessions. But on the flip side, Durham are doing this without shooting the ball very well from the perimeter. So if they start to make some shots, it becomes very difficult for Essex.
Durham just 2 of 11 from the 3-point line, and one of those was the shot on the buzzer at halftime. So it wasn't out of their normal offense, if you like. Taylor Willis for 3. Not quite enough legs on that one. Pick and roll again with Hendershot and Bennett, and they are just slicing them through on that side of the floor.
Every time. Side pick and roll, empty pick and roll, and they're finding either Bennett to the rim or Hendershot on that roll.
Haynes trying to get a body into Hendershot. Maybe the best way to defend Hendershot now is to try and get her off the floor, try and pick up some fouls, because they can't. Ooh, that's a big screen from Klassen. Roll to the basket, doesn't come her way. She has to come to the free throw line to get it. And that'll be 2 free throws.
It's the exact same rip through Klassen made in the first half twice. She's made that 3 times now. I think probably need to react to that when she catches it in the high post.
Well, Durham trailed by 11. They could go ahead by 12 here. Well, they won't now after that miss, but they could flip the lead. A 22-point turnaround in essentially 20 minutes. An offensive rebound after 2 missed free throws. And there it is again. Just it's not complex, is it?
No, not at all. And a lot of it becomes because A, Bennett is attacking in that pick and roll. She's not just dribbling to pass. And then B, Hendershot is rolling really well, and she's patient. She knows when she gets it and she continues, and she knows when to stop and make a move off that roll.
Taylor Willis inside, and I think there's a little scoreboard pressure here against Essex. They're certainly looking up and going, wait, how are we down 12? And this is how they're down 12. Well, not quite that time. But again, it's a good attack to the rim.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, it's Bennett and Hendershot the whole time. I think maybe at this point you have to take a little bit of a risk and really focus on those 2 and try and make somebody else beat you from the perimeter.
Freeman chases it down to the corner. Tudor off the glass, and Kat Tudor will go to the line for a bonus free throw.
And you know that's going to be a big part of how Essex gets back in this game, is getting Kat Tudor involved. She's such a good finisher around the rim. She's such a good shooter from the 3-point line. If they can find her some easy shots, it's going to open everything up for the rest of the team as well.
Oh no, the battery's low.
Well, Tudor had zero faith that was going in and went chasing after it, and it dropped in all the same.
I think this is the pivotal point for Essex here. Can you get some stops in this next run of play?
Well, there's one. A chance for Tudor to run. Pass a little ahead of Freeman. And that will be... Referee's just having a little look and maybe a discussion to work out which way this is going to go. Oh, it's going to go Durham's way.
Thought that might have been Essex ball personally from our angle, but...
Well, it's fair to say we don't necessarily have the best angle here today, but I was with you on that one as well. But 4:20 to go in the third quarter, and it gets even easier now. Oh, just wide open layup after wide open layup, and that is 30 points for Ella Hendershot, and we have not played 26 minutes in the game yet.
Yeah, any time a player's got more points than minutes, it's a big impact, right? She's just a massive impact right now. There, they switched it up. They faked the handoff. She got downhill, and no help on that downhill drive allows her to get a wide open layup.
We talked about it a little bit in the first half, but early stages of this game, every time she touched the ball, there were 2-3 bodies at her. Now, on that one, there was nobody.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Like you said, we had that play in the first half where she was literally triple teamed on the catch, not even off the dribble, on the catch. She had 3 bodies around her, struggled to get the pass out. And then here we see multiple pick and rolls, and then that fake handoff where she's just allowed to get to the rim unobstructed.
Well, an index rating of 40, and there's still 14 minutes to go in the game. You don't see 40 very often in a basketball game, and you see it even more rarely in 2.5 quarters of a basketball game, but that is where Hendershot is now. 30 points, 15 rebounds, and 3 assists.
But even with that performance, it's still an 11-point game against an Essex team with a lot of firepower. It only takes 1 or 2 of the Essex players to knock down some shots here, and it's going to absolutely be a game.
They're doing a good job of denying Tudor the ball, but Freeman knocks down the 3 from the top.
We'll see if they go back to this Bennett Hendershot action. It looks like they definitely are.
They didn't score off it immediately. Klassen at the elbow gets the shot to go though.
If Durham can get that little bit of production from the players around Bennett and Hendershot, that's going to really make it tough now for Essex to come back in as Tudor squares up. Nice crossover dribble there.
Trying to thread the needle, but it was a little too tight a gap. Klassen denied, but it's poked out of bounds, and Durham will keep possession.
We should know Essex have now used 2 of their 3 timeouts for this half, whereas Durham haven't used any so far.
Well, it's always that thing as a coach, you want to try and save them from the end in case it's a close game, as we saw in the men's final where it got really close and both coaches needed their timeouts at the end. But it's that thing of you might need them now to make sure that it's a close game, because at the minute Durham are running riot here. That'll be an and 1 as well. Pugelon to the rim, and they just seem to score whenever they want at the minute, Durham.
Yeah, it's out in transition there, 2 passes to a layup. And going back to your point about timeouts, Dan, there's also an element, certainly for me, of wanting to trust your players. There's a lot of time left in the game. It's at the end of the day 5 shots. You feel like you can afford to keep that timeout because you can trust your players to grind their way back into the game a little bit.
It's the stops that are the problem at the minute. They've given up 18 points in this quarter. There's still 3 minutes to go, but Freeman hits another 3.
Tia Freeman trying to keep her side in this game right now. 2 big shots from her back to back. Better fight there from Essex on that pick and roll. Really made Hendershot's life difficult, but she has a mismatch now. Bring the help late. Kick out. Wood for three. She knocks that down.
Those are the ones, aren't they? You've done a good job. You played good defense for, what was it, 21, 22 seconds, and then an open three on the opposite side.
And an open three that Durham haven't really been hitting throughout this game either. Freeman for a third one.
Not this time. And I think what it is with Durham is they've seen Bennett and Hendershot sort of carry the load, and it's given everybody else confidence as well. So we've seen Klassen, now we've seen Wood make that shot. Here they are again, same two. Ooh, it was nearly another and one. Well, it's like a broken record, isn't it? But it is that thing of, if they can't stop it, why would you go away from it? Just keep ramming it down their throat until they find a way.
Yeah, 100%. And you talked before the game about the short rotation, letting players kind of know what they're in for and their roles and their minutes. Well, in a similar way, what Bennett and Hendershot are doing here also allows the players to know, hey, all I got to do is stay ready and knock down some open shots. You know, as long as I'm ready to shoot the ball in my spots, that ball's going to come out because they're going to have to stop them at some point, and I'm going to be wide open.
And the other thing about it is, you know, it's only coming every 7th, 8th play. It's not like you've got to do it every time down the floor, because the other two are doing the damage. This is already Durham's highest scoring quarter of the ball game, with 22 points on the board and still 90 seconds to play. Going in the low block a different way this time. Hand off to Klassen. Shot clock being counted down. Good hands to slap that away from Turner.
Durham really loading up on Katrina, right? Anytime she tries to get the ball, they're filling the lanes, they're running off the three-point line, really trying to make her life hard.
Klassen going the opposite way to the screen. Taylor Willis coming with the help, but coming a little late and committing the foul. Well, 50 seconds to go in this third quarter. 61, potentially 63 to 48. I'm not sure too many coming here today would have circled this as the score line late in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think not. I certainly think, as we said at the start, I think there's definitely chances for Durham to win this, but I don't think you'd have had Durham up by 14 at this point of the game. So, you know, great performance by Durham. Hurts me to say it, but reminds me very much of the semi-final that we played against them. Very similar kind of game, to be honest with you.
I just want to be clear, I haven't mentioned that semi-final once. You've done it 2 or 3 times now.
I know, and
I've been trying not to.
I appreciate that you haven't mentioned it as well.
Well, Freeman getting to the rim, and you think back to the early stages of this game, it was getting to the basket seemed easy for Essex, and it's really not been since then.
No, I think the big adjustment as well by Durham and Coach Lee Davies, they put Hendershot right in the charge circle on nearly every possession, and she's very good. I know she's just picked up a foul there, but she's very good at pulling her hands back. You know, Megan Haynes has had a couple of really nice drives, and Hendershot's just forced her that little bit wide and made that finish a little bit harder.
It's the third foul on Hendershot. I still think that's probably their best way of winning the game. Get Hendershot 2 more fouls and sit her down for good. Because you wonder what they would do offensively, Durham, if Hendershot, say, missed the last 5 minutes or 6 minutes of the contest.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's very difficult for them to generate anything outside of Hendershot and Bennett right now.
Hendershot hasn't sat down the entire game.
I'm going to lay a bet that she won't.
Yeah, no, it should only be 5 fouls that would sit her down, I think. But she's shown more than capable of avoiding that foul. Got those 2, and what It was at least 10, 12 minutes between foul number 2 and foul number 3, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, as I said, she's very smart. She knows how to play. Big rebound there by Pougelon as well.
So 8.6 on the game clock. Durham can add to what is already a 24-point quarter. Bennett drives in.
Rebound.
And that will be the horn for the third quarter here. An excellent quarter as far as Durham are concerned. We talked about the momentum that they had with those final 2 plays of the first half where they took the lead for the first time. Well, they kept that momentum in the third quarter. 24 points to 15 they won that period. So they lead 63-49 here in the championship game with 10 minutes to play. Well, 10 minutes to go here in Loughborough, and 10 minutes, you would say, separating Durham from the title here. Up 14 with a quarter to go. And it's tough to win a quarter by 15 points, and that's what Essex are going to have to do here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the big thing, Essex definitely have the firepower to bring this back. Can they get stopped? Can they find a way to stop this pick and roll and to keep Hendershot and Bennett from getting to the rim and getting these easy finishes?
Well, the answer in the third quarter was a distinct no. It'll have to be yes in the fourth quarter. They will have the first possession. And really, these first 2 or 3 minutes, Essex have to win these first 2 or 3 minutes, get it back to single figures, and give themselves a platform on which to build.
Absolutely. Even if they're just chipping away a couple of points a minute or a point a minute, it then puts them in a state where they can make a big play.
That is not the play they wanted to start the fourth quarter with.
It looks like a press here from Essex now. What are they going to do to try and change the tempo on defense? The problem is that they've got to match up with Hendershot in the full court.
It's almost like you want a guard to pick her up in the backcourt and somehow switch it to a big when you get to the paint, isn't it?
Nice crossover by Freeman. Big shot from Willis.
Off the mark, chased down into the corner by Wood.
Wood's not had a huge impact in terms of scoring. I think she's knocked down a 3, maybe 11, but she's played hard. She's hustled on every possession. She's played quite a few minutes as well.
Foul called off the ball on Jade Bam.
Different look on the out of bounds here from Durham. Spanish pick and roll.
Shot clock down to 5 here. And a shot back to Klassen. Driving to the rim, great block from Tudor, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. That's a good defensive stand from Essex that time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Klassen probably needed to take the first one rather than putting it on the floor.
Well, she has got to the rim a couple of times, which is probably why she thought it was there for her, but it definitely wasn't that time.
See Freeman looking for another 3 on the step back, with close out by Hendershot.
She might get one now. Head fake, reset. Strings it. Tia Freeman once again from behind the arc, her 4th triple of the game.
Yeah, she's shooting the ball really, really well today. Really trying to get Essex back into this game. And right now, the way Durham's playing defense is going to be on somebody other than Kat Tudor to make shots.
Rougelon to reply. Her 3 doesn't go. Tudor with the rebound. Kick forward to Haynes. Freeman, long 2. I thought she was going to let that first. As soon as she caught it, let it fly.
I don't think you could have blamed her if she had the way she shot the ball. Looking in for Hendershot against the mismatch. Bad angle on the pass though by Rougelon.
Good work from Tudor to come away with it. Tudor to the finger roll. Couldn't quite scoop it in. A little early in the offense, but another offensive rebound recycled out, and they get 3 points out of it anyway. And Durham continue to motor here in the championship game.
And those offensive rebounds really having a big impact.
Well, they haven't made very many threes in this game, but they seem to be timely when they do hit one.
Yeah, everyone has a big impact right now, doesn't it?
Freeman.
Kat Tudor was just holding her chest there on that play. I don't know if she's maybe injured.
Klassen is quick down court.
Great break there and great hit ahead pass from Hendershot to start the break.
Essex don't seem to have a response here in this 4th quarter. It's, the scoring is slowed, but Durham won't mind that. As long as nobody's scoring, their lead remains where it is. It's just 3 points each in the first 3 minutes.
And again, Essex really do have the firepower to close this margin, but they can't trade with Durham right now. They can't trade free throws, they can't trade layups, they can't trade threes. They have to get stops and then convert.
When you think back, they scored 26 points in the first quarter. We are 3 minutes into the 4th quarter and they've scored 26 points since then. Tudor loses the ball. Durham still pushing hard. Then dropping it back towards Klassen. It's out of bounds.
The right idea from Bennett, but you had Klassen and Hendershot running the same lane. I think it made that pass a little bit harder than maybe it needed to be.
Well, it's one of those things is you want to keep doing what you've been doing so you can see why they did that, but maybe the sensible play would have actually been circle back out and run some clock, but as I say, you don't want to get into a situation where you're now playing a clock game rather than how well you played for the 34 minutes before that.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's always a risk, right? You start to use the clock a little bit more, you go away from what worked for you, all of a sudden things that should drop don't. But I do agree that maybe, Durham can maybe just afford to take slightly longer on their possessions right now, maybe move the ball a couple of extra passes than they've needed to so far.
Turner on the shot clock buzzer knocks down a triple.
This is where, big stop here from Essex, allow them to get another good shot up. This could be huge for them.
Inside to Hendershot. This time it falls a little bit short. Foul is called. It's going to be the 4th, I believe, on Rougelon, and she's going to wander to the bench as Guru checks back in. She's on 3. So too is Bennett, so too is Hendershot. So there is still the spectre of foul trouble looming for Durham.
Save there by Haynes.
Yeah, beautiful. Reverse layup, it's down to 10. While it's double figures, there's nothing to panic about for Durham, but if Essex can get another stop and another score, get it to single figures with less than 6 to play. There's the stop. Chance to run. Durham are back in numbers.
Big shot from Judah here.
Oh, that was the look you wanted, wasn't it? That was the look, and you could see the reaction from Judah. She too thought that was the look as well. Good work there from Haynes. Say, come on, this is it. Keep going. Let's keep going. We can do this.
Yeah, you know, one more 3 drops before Durham get a score. All of a sudden, you feel real confident right now. And Durham really need to get a good look here. They need to get. They had a decent one for Hendershot off the post up. Just a little short on it, but they need to get a really good look on this possession. Bennett with a 3 off the pick and roll.
Oh, what a roll that is! A friendly bounce, but one that's more than welcome by the Durham supporters in here as it stretches the lead back to 13. Foul is on Bennett. That's going to be Bennett's 4th foul.
Losing Bennett would be huge. It'd be interesting to see, does Lee Davey ride this, or does he take Bennett off for a minute or so just to see if he can give her a breather, not pick up that full 5th immediately?
He's looking to ride it right now. Hendershot, Klassen, Bennett have not come out of the game at all today. Freeman spinning. Of course, the risk on 4 is you could just get a rogue offensive foul as well. Or you could just roll to the basket, attack and get yourself another layup.
Yeah, it looks like she's coming off, rejects it, gets an identical layup to the back-to-back one she got in the 3rd quarter.
She's got an unbelievable. We've been talking about Klassen, we've been talking about Hendershot all game, but Bennett has an unbelievable stat line as well. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 11 assists, 5 steals. She's looking for another assist inside, and well, it's a travelling violation that's gone against Durham.
Great cut and pass between Megan Halens and Daniela Turner there. I actually think Essex need to do a little bit more of that when they're attacking downhill and Hendershot's in that heavy help. If they can find some corner cuts, it's going to make their lives a little bit easier and get them some easy layups.
Well, that's going to be Hendershot's 4th foul. And suddenly this last 4 minutes is not looking as comfortable as it was a moment or 2 ago for Durham. They still have a 13-point lead, but their 2 star players on the day are both on 4 fouls.
Yeah, and if it gets to a point where Essex feel they need to press, if you don't have Bennett or Hendershot on the court, or God forbid both of them end up getting fouled out, who is going to bring out that ball against pressure for Durham?
Well, this game is fascinatingly poised, really. You would say 12 points, surely you can see that through, but they are 2 fouls away from being in a serious hole, Durham. Gap is down to 11. Essex with the pressure. That's a Wood. Klassen, nice pass. Duru with the finger roll, drops it in.
That's, I think, where Duru can really help Durham, just moving off the ball in this last 3 minutes, 45 seconds of the game.
And every point almost counts double now. Freeman short on the 3. Hendershot running the floor. Drops it off to Duru underneath. And again, they get to the free throw line. They've done a really good job of getting to the line. Haven't been brilliant when they've got there, but they have regularly made trips.
It's difficult as a player as well if you're constantly watching your opponents go to the free throw line. You almost don't clock when you're on court as a player how often the opponent actually makes their free throws unless they're shooting an impressive or a terrible percentage.
Well, they were 50% before that one, so it just ticks up a notch and make that 2 as they're now 11 for 20 from the free throw line.
Kicks it out, Freeman again on the drive, and there's Hendershot to meet her once again. Haynes sizing up Bennett, gets downhill, tough finish.
But they can't get trading scores anymore. Basically, they have to stop Durham scoring from here, don't they, really? If they're going to win the game, 76 is probably enough. 3 doesn't go.
Good stand by Bennett there.
I suppose the one thing you would say is Turner thinking we've got to go quick, but it wasn't the best of shots. It's going to be an offensive foul, and that's going to be her on 4 fouls now, Duru. So he's got all sorts of issues to deal with. This clock cannot tick quickly enough for Lee Davey.
And this is maybe the point, maybe not straight after this timeout, but at the 2-minute mark, 2-minute 20 mark, where you're saying, actually, no, use our 24-second clock now. You're almost at a point where a 24-second violation is better than anything other than a score.
Well, as you say, if you get 3 24-second violations, you've taken a minute and 16 seconds out of the game. That's an awful lot of time to take out of the game for potentially only 6 points the other way. When you're up 13, you do get into those sorts of mathematical thinking. To all intents and purposes, on a normal day, we would say, well, this one is basically in the books with 2:45 to go. But with all the foul trouble that Durham have, and with the 3-point threats that Essex have, there's still that nagging bit of Essex might do this.
Yeah, 100%. I also think if Essex just play at speed as well, it might not even be the 3-point threat. If Haynes Freeman, shooter can just get to the rim quickly, early, then that could be a quick 6 points there. You make a 3, you get to the foul line a couple of times, all of a sudden you're back in the game.
Haynes around the screens, going to the basket. You could see she knew that Hendershot was going to be there, and it was like, I'm going to try and score, but if I can get her 5th foul as well, that would be really nice. As it happens, neither.
Yeah, just think about the amount of faith that Coach Lee Davies got in Elle Hendershot right here. She is standing on the charge circle nearly every defensive possession with 4 fouls as the most important player in the game right now.
Klassen. Duru back to Klassen, to the rim, gets her own rebound, and is fouled. Well, you'd almost say cycle that one back out, but she got fouled, so a chance to get the scoreboard ticking. $13 points for Klassen today. It's one of those games where Hendershot and Bennett are, head and shoulders, easily the 2 most significant players, but everybody else has done something when their number's been called.
Klassen comes out and gets a steal right there.
No rush here. Bennett says, let's get it over here, we'll take our time.
No help on Hendershot there, and she goes to the rim for an and 1.
33 points now for Hendershot. 33 points, 23 rebounds, 6 assists. Just one of the great stat lines in a final.
What's her index at?
50 now. Oh, misses the free throw. It might drop down 1 there, but incredible numbers.
Nice move by Turner there.
That's what they needed, a quick score.
Now they need a quick stop. I think, they're going to have to pressure up, maybe trap, take some risks here. They've got nothing to lose if they don't come after the ball.
Well, this is shot clock violation is perfectly acceptable from Durham's point of view right now. But Bennett trying to do even better. Hendershot on the offensive glass. And she will go to the free throw line again.
I think at this point it's going to have to be something pretty special from Essex to be able to get back in this game under any circumstances. It's almost certainly going to have to be done from the three-point line now.
Second one is good, and well, just an outrageous game. I don't think the MVP voters will take too long to consider who to give the little golden basketball to. There's time running out on Essex's chances. Everything has to go in now. That doesn't. That's going to be a foul and over the back. And that will pretty much put this one in the books here with 1:14 to go. What an unbelievable game this has been from Durham, particularly in the middle two quarters where they really took control of the game. They were down by 6 at the end of the first period. They slowed Essex scoring. Essex were scoring for fun in the first quarter, kept them to only 8 in that second quarter, made those 2 threes late on to gain the momentum, and then just came out of the locker room with a 2-man game that basically destroyed Essex in the third quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. It started the second half was a little bit choppy for both teams for about a minute, and then Katie Bennett and Elle Hendershot, just excellent execution. I think the real key is that big rebound by Klassen, that'll seal the game for sure right there. The big key, actually, as much as we give him credit to Elle Hendershot, you made a great point. Katie Bennett's been looking to find Elle Hendershot on every single pick and roll that they've run. And that's allowed Hendershot to have such an impact in those pick and rolls.
Well, 11 assists from Bennett. I'm surprised if at least 10 of them weren't to Hendershot, to be honest with you.
I agree. I think she's at 9 actually to Hendershot, 2 kickouts.
Klassen inside, and well, this game might end up a 20-point game. Hard to believe from where it was that Durham might win this game by 20, and anybody just turning on at the end will think, oh, blowout, didn't really miss anything, but you missed one of the most sensational performances you could ever hope to see in a final, and a supporting cast that did everything as well. Really sensational play from Durham. And they keep getting the offensive rebounds. 23 now, I think, on the offensive glass.
Well, we said they were on pace for 25, right?
Yeah.
So they've nearly kept up with that.
Well, look at that. Piling on the pain, piling on the agony for Essex, but Durham are in party mood now. They're getting ready to celebrate. Well, the shot clock is on, but it might as well not be, to be honest with you. Essex just need to get a shot up, and then Durham will be able to dribble it out. They get one final score, but Durham have dominated here in the second half, and they are the champions once again of the women's basketball. And look at them celebrate. See what it means to those players. They had to work hard all game. There were only 8 of them, but boy, did they play hard, and did Elle Hendershot have one of the all-time great games you will ever see anywhere in any competition, and she saved it for the final. 34 points, 25 rebounds, nearly a triple-double with 8 assists, 54 on the index rating.
Wow. There's not a lot else to say about that, Dan. That's an incredible game from her, and as you said, I don't think the MVP vote will take too long to come in this time around.
Well, what a performance that was, and it's so easy just to talk about that like that was the only thing. It wasn't the only thing. Bennett with 17 points, 11 assists, 5 steals as well. Klassen chipped in 17 points. Juru nearly had a double-double, 10 points and 9 rebounds. Everybody did something when their number was called.
Yeah, absolutely. Some timely shooting by Moran and by Wood. Absolutely huge impact by the whole team there. And you know, they walk away with the cup and the championship as a reward for a great team performance, spearheaded by 2 fantastic performances in Klassen and Bennett. Hendershot and Bennett, sorry.
Well, hugs all round for the Durham players. And a word for Coach Davey as well, because they needed to do something different, because the way that first quarter was going, that game was going to get away from them. And he got his team to make the adjustments they had to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, you know, they rode the Bennett and Hendershot pairing on offense, obviously, but really smart decision to then place Hendershot in a help position on nearly every drive, minimise Essex' ability to get to the rim, and then to help heavy on Tudor and take out her explosive scoring, take that away from Essex, make their lives difficult, make somebody else beat them. You know, Tia Freeman tried her best and stepped up, tried to fill that void, but ultimately it wasn't enough.
Well, Freeman ended up with 20 points and 7 rebounds. Tudor 17 points, but after the early exploits of her, they did a really good job of making life difficult for Kat Tudor, not letting her get the ball. When she got the ball, not giving her easy looks after the first couple.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, she had some really tough finishes. We know she shot the ball really well to start the game, but ultimately Durham did a great job of focusing in on her and making somebody else beat them whenever possible.
Well, Essex coming up for their medals, and it is one of the most frustrating, heartbreaking moments in sport to put everything on the line for the whole season, work so hard to get here, only to fall short at the last. But unfortunately for Essex, that is their fate today. But for the disappointment at one end of the floor, you get the excitement at the other, the dancing and the celebrating from this Durham team. Really a sensational performance from them. And they've all earned this medal, that's fair to say. There are a lot of minutes out there too.
Absolutely, as we said, everybody has contributed something to that championship victory, and you can see what it means to them as a group as they come out to receive their medals. I'm sure there'll be some celebrations for the group tonight.
Well, they well deserve those celebrations as well. And Al Hendershot is the last one up of the playing staff, and then the coaching staff go up as well to get their medals, and we shall await with bated breath the announcement of the most valuable player. But we've got a reasonably educated guess which way this one is going. I think even the Durham players are not going to be too surprised as to who the winner of this is.
With 24 points, 25 rebounds, goes to the captain, Miss Al
Hendershot forced forward by her team, but one of the great performances you will see on a basketball court anywhere in any game. That, an index rating in the 50s, you very, very rarely see. She had 54, just an outrageously good performance for her. Took them apart basically inside. They couldn't guard her any which way, and thoroughly deserved the golden basketball. And the team now will line up behind the champions banner, and they will get the trophy. And the two who really did all the damage, did all the leading, the rocking and the rolling of the trophy, And the 2024 champions are Durham University. Well, a great performance and a great moment. Have they broken the trophy already? I think the handle's come off. They've celebrated a little too hard.
Yeah.
But they thoroughly deserved their win today. They will pose for the pictures. And just a final word from you on this excellent performance from Durham.
Yeah, just a fantastic performance, both by the players and the coaching staff. And you know, a great recognition for what was going to work for them in the moment, and execution of that, which, as we know, was the Bennett Hendershot pick and roll that led to so much for them on the offensive end.
Well, a great performance from Durham. They've won here 88-67, and we will have some reaction very shortly for you.
Having a mentor, especially so early on in our careers, is that you have an outside perspective and like a go-to person that you can go and ask any questions regarding a situation or your career path.
Having a mentor at ICG has really helped me by giving me a perspective of the company as well as my own personal improvement from an outsider's perspective. So I'm able to see and get different feedback of my own progress from someone outside of my team.
Different is how much responsibility they give to each and every one of us in the business, and with that comes a lot of trust.
3 months into your training, you could be running the store on your own, responsible for ordering all the stock, making sure the staff are happy.
Aldi really believes that young people can do great things.
It's definitely something that excited me and attracted me to the role.
I felt really supported at Aldi. From day one, you're paired up with your mentor, who is with you throughout your whole journey.
You develop a really strong network with your peers, you can always pick up the phone to them.
But you all work part of a team towards the common goal.
I really valued my time in store because I think it's a really important part of you learning the practical day-to-day of the store operations.
It was actually really exciting and I really enjoyed it.
It's a change every single day, and that variety really attracted me to the role.
Singleton sniping.
Oh, Tilly Smale is on the scoreboard, and Harper University surely at this stage now.
Harper University, the Women's National League champions.
Destiny Day ends with Exeter as BUCS Super Rugby national champions.
Well, Al, I've covered this game for many years, decades even. I'm not sure I've seen a much better performance than that in a final from yourself. 54 index rating is a number you don't see very well. Incredible performance from you tonight.
Thank you. Would have been better if I could make some free throws, but it's all good. I'm just very thankful for my teammates and help. I wouldn't have done it without them. So.
And this year's had some up and downs for you guys. Tell us what it means to be here on this stage winning a trophy like that.
Honestly, I'm baffled because the start of our season was very rocky and I didn't think we'd find ourselves in this position, but our team showed a lot of resilience through all the ups and downs, and from the beginning they're like, we're going to make it to the final, and everyone was like, yeah, maybe, and then we made it here. So thanks to Lee for believing in us through all those horrible, horrible games at the beginning and just, sticking with us and not giving up on us. It means a lot.
Lee, a word for her performance. Absolutely sensational.
Yeah, she was unstoppable. I think when she locked in that second quarter and that push back, I mean, that was the difference. And then they had no answers for it, and we just kept going and going and going and milking it as long as we could.
And her numbers were incredible, but Ben, it was amazing. Almost everybody, when their number was called, made a play for you today.
Yeah, outstanding team contributions from everybody. So, when push came to shove, when we were down early, we, as a group defensively, we locked in, we got stops. Everyone hit some big shots to get us back into the game, and then 2 big shots to take the lead at half time. And we just kept building and building. And whenever they made a go-to play, we answered it. It was just a great team performance.
Yeah, the shift really came in the second quarter. You kept them to 8 points. 2 3-pointers, you hit one on the buzzer, and then you guys just took that momentum into the second half.
Yeah, I think we were just riding the wave, but our offense was ebbing and flowing, but we just stayed in locked in defensively. Like, our plan was to lock down Kat Tudor. She's a phenomenal player, and so we stuck with that and then just made adjustments as we had to go.
And at that end of the floor, the better Hendershot pick and roll, you just kept running it. They couldn't stop it.
Don't fix anything that's not broke.
A phenomenal performance. Well done to you both. Go enjoy your celebrations. Well, that was a truly epic game, and Elle Hendershot with one of the all-time great performances in BUCS final history. Durham are the champions. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you again soon. Goodbye.